they'll be like, yeah, man, a producer just hit me up. They're like, what's up, man? I like your work, this and that. And then they'll send me with the price under it. All
God
right, Chad. In
dang.
this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the producer-artist relationship that no one talks about. I had to make sure I was recording. But Chad, this is the biggest thing, right? You have to be consistent in this game, right? Who am I talking to, right? Mainly my producers, right? Okay? Even artists, right? If y'all looking for a producer, you feel me? Or go in my Discord, right? You will always have artists ready with beats in there, right? If you would like to be one of the artists or one of the producers that's ready with the beats, or one of the artists that's ready to go ahead with the beats, like I said, Discord will be in the description. Won't say too much on that. Producers. Like I said, in this game, you have to be consistent, right? I notice a lot of producers seem like the type of people who are just trying to, get the benefit real quick, get what they need real quick, right? And I understand that as a producer, right, for you to truly make money, it almost does require you to have these people like the artists, the placements, and even sing licensing through some of these companies and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, it does require a third party. Traditional, there's nothing wrong with that, Jay. You guys still should be DMing artists, right? Try to do at least 5, 10 a day. Even if you have a day or days where you don't hear from anyone, who cares? Who cares? If you do that every day, and then, like I say, if you do 10 a day and you do that for what, 10 days, you just DM'd 100 people. You're likely to have at least one, three, five people come out of that. What if one of those people is with a label, right? You could have just gotten started, right? That label probably at least gonna pay you 3 bands, right? If you get with an artist with a label, right? All you gotta do is get with one, right? They gonna at least pay you like 3 bands. You know what I'm saying? Or more. They really be paying more. But that's, like I said, that's really like the least. Y'all gotta be a human too, bro. Y'all gotta be human too. Like I said, with me and how I deal with artists and stuff like that, I'm never tripping. You feel me? If they don't want to do a song, or if they BSing, if they taking forever, am I gonna wait? No, I'm not. Like, Chad, you're gonna wait forever waiting on other people, Chad. Like, you will. So don't wait a second for other people at all. No excuses, right? Because you're wasting time, right? Whenever you're waiting on other people, you're hoping this other person is on the same chord as you, right? Not only that, but if you're waiting on someone for something that, like a song, or like an album, or content, or maybe you're supposed to hit the studio, or anything like that, you feel me? Or anything else, right? Chat. Don't wait. Get it done. Keep reaching out to the artists that fit your genre and what you make. That's another reason why I like type beats, because it also taught me what I'm making. It taught me a lane that I'm in. Even hopping on live, like I stream too, you feel me? Hopping on stream also showed me a whole lot about my niche and genre. Y'all gotta be students of the game too, bro, and don't ever let the like relationship with artists become transactional, bro. It's weird, bro. And then if y'all pay attention, bro, y'all be scrolling on your phone, you feel me? Y'all be scrolling, woo, right? And then you'll mess around and see a post where artists like, yeah, man, an artist just hit me up, and not an artist, but they'll be like, yeah, man, a producer just hit me up. They're like, what's up, man? I like your work, this and that. And then they'll send a beat with the price under it. Chad, if you've ever done sales or anything like that, people do not like being sold to. They do not like being sold to, Chad. Okay? So me, do I sell? Not like that. Do I funnel? Yes. Yes. I won't say too much about that. If you in the SD clan, you know what I'm saying, we can have a talk about that. Me and Dez on play. We just had many conversations about the funnel. I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all also have to structure y'all business in a way to where it's easy, where y'all don't have to do a whole lot of shit. I got pages and accounts that will bring me views to my different things I have set up with this music and content creation, to where I really don't have to post every day. I'ma still get traction or whatever coming from there, chat. Really can't stress it enough. Structuring your business is important. You can go out and meet these people. I've met artists at studios, right? It can be very quick. I might have been there for a session myself. I might have made all the beats for like an EP, right? Like 4 or 5 songs, right? I might have been in there recording. Maybe the engineer homie might have been in there chilling, right? Then, you got a session right after, I go ahead and record my songs, feel me? Me and the engineer having a conversation, we speaking, we vibing or whatever. And then, bro might walk in, be like, what's up with you, man? What's your name? Woo, woo, woo. Oh, okay, shoot. My name, you feel me, Real? Hey, I make beats, man. Let me play some for you. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, woo, woo. Or at least, let me get your info, woo, woo, woo. But like I said, Chet, that's pretty much how that work. Like I said, Chet, you can't be afraid. Be yourself, man. That's very important when having these artist relationships. You gotta be patient and you have to be versatile. If you don't have you kind of a catalog of beats or some different sounds, right? You're kind of leaving yourself subject to the no. You feel me? Because like I said, you might be known for making this sound. This might be your best sound, right? You might know that you're modern with this sound and that it sounds good, right? It might generally be received like that, right? But you never know. They might be feeling something different that day, and they might look at the beat pack or whatever once. So you got to make sure you have those heavy hitters in there. I definitely wanted to speak on this for y'all because I definitely had a decent amount of people kind of asked me about it. Stay working. People like to see, or people like to support things that are already in motion, right? They like to see things that are already being worked on, right? You got to give people something to believe in as well, right? So that is another thing from my artists, my producers, my people that are trying to make this work. You have to be your biggest spokesperson. You have to not be afraid to put yourself out there. Sometimes you can't be afraid to be unorthodox as well with how you're doing this stuff, right? Um, you have to. It's 2026, especially if social media has a role in it, which it does. It's not a choice for any business, right? If you want to scale it to any degree, you know, I'm sure like, it's still those like businesses or maybe producers that probably go crazy in their hometown, which is probably Atlanta, Houston, Cali. It's not a small town. It's not a small one, unless they just that face in that city. But like I said, like there's 9 times out of 10, chat that will not be your situation. Most of you watching this video, that will not be your situation. You will have to create your opportunity. Whether you go out there and do it, whether you can make a piece of content that is so entertaining that it brings those opportunities to you. It's a lot of different ways it can happen, but branding will be a part of that situation regardless. Make sure you're consistent with the artist. Okay. Make sure you're consistent with your posting. Okay. Make sure you're consistent with working, building your skill, right? You should always be learning something new. You got to give yourself the best chance, the best opportunity of doing it, right? And that's, like I said, that's structuring your business and being consistent. Like I said, the reality of the situation is every person you DM, speak to, friend of a friend, whatever, they're not going to hop on your beats. Not everyone, obviously. But if you're putting in that work and you're making sure you have that volume, you're continuously reaching out, it can work. And like I said, if you structure your business well too, right? Because like I said, I don't even have to post every day and I'm gonna still get traction through my different channels, right? And how do I know that? Because I set it up in that way. And like I said, Chad, I really do not like seeing all these producers. Let me get what I can get attitude, like are just being on that fake stuff. Like I know that's like a part of the community, I guess, but I'm not like that. I'm not. You feel me? Y'all be seeing me hop on live, boy. I'm giving all the game. I don't care. You know why? You know why? The same person gatekeeping. He gonna gatekeep, right? Let's pretend we on the stream right here, real quick, right? Let's pretend, right? Hey man, can you teach me how to sidechain my 808 to my kick? Right? Nah, bro. Go. Hey, you have to find out. Woo, woo, boop. They scrolled off. Boop, scrolled off. 2 seconds later, how to sidechain your kick to your 808 producer edition. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hype the video, that new button. Yeah, go ahead and try.